Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Yeah, $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are f***ing great. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis. And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, pop-up! Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you. We're not just selling razors, we're also making new jobs. Alejandro, what were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
I know karate, I know jiu-jitsu, I drive like a gangster when I'm coming to see you, see you.
Was that advertising? Was that content? Do we care? So I think that was a really good example of what is happening in the internet, and the way that that was being presented to us in New York at this conference I was at was how the internet is in effect now interrupting and disrupting itself. So we've spent 17 years talking about the internet disrupting business and media in particular. And really what we're starting to see now is the internet, in particular online video, presenting new business opportunities and new business models. This is an interesting comparison. We normally just see figures about video and growth rates, and I'll touch on those in a moment. But what I've done here is shown you some figures here as to how the UK market is performing comparative to the UK and US market. I tried to use the latest data, so it's not a full year's data, sorry. So even though it's 6 months, it's probably going to be more than double that because A, the growth rate is accelerating, but B, of course, often the second half in the calendar year is a higher rate of advertising for video than the first half. So the figures here are the 6 months to the 30th of June of this year. The really interesting part, though, I think, is the bit at the last 2 lines. What we can see in the US already, online video advertising is 6% of all online advertising and 15% of display. And you can see it's very much a lag in both the UK and the Australian markets here. Still only just over 2.5% in Australia of total online is spent on video, and only 10% of display is spent on video. And I'll show you how we think that's going to grow in the next 4 years. What that says to me is that the American market has got something that we don't. And I think that's something I'd like you to fire at the panel this afternoon. Is it infrastructure? Is it inventory? Is it standards and formats? Is it broadband speeds and data plans and pricing and uncapped data? Is it all of the above? So the question we've got to ask ourselves is, why is the US market racing ahead in online video advertising and we're lagging behind? This is the Roger Federer versus Rafael Nadal head-to-head stats kind of sheet that you get. So in the middle are just a whole bunch of metrics that I've taken to give you an idea about what we think is going to happen in the market. It's not just us. This is taken out of the PricewaterhouseCoopers Media and Entertainment Outlook report. It's a 5-year rolling projection of what is going to happen in the future. And if you don't get a copy or subscribe, I'd highly recommend that you do. I think it's one of the leading publications. They're clearly partners of the IAB, but no, I don't get any commission. And you can see there the market's going to grow only about 1.1 billion. Actually, there's another column to this. CAGR is the compound average or compound annual growth rate. So the percentage that something is going to grow every year over the 4 years that we're looking at, which is 2013 to 2016. You can see there, not just because it's got 2 asterisks next to it, but online video advertising together with mobile are projected to grow the fastest out of any category in the entire world of media. Let me just repeat that. Even though it's off a small base, the 2 fastest growing categories over the next 4 years, every year for those 4 years, are going to be online video advertising and mobile. We won't talk too much about mobile today because that's another 2 days that we need for that. What we think is going to happen, if you look at the Frost & Sullivan forecast, a bit of the PricewaterhouseCoopers forecast, with a little bit of IAB salt and pepper dusted over the top, we think that in calendar 2013, video will grow from 75 to 104 million, and then we think it will be up to around 280, 300 million by 2016. Interestingly enough, the last three as well is how the share shift is going to change as a result of the dollar shift. So right now, for every dollar that people are spending online, they're putting about 24.5 cents into online, all online. 50% of that goes into search. What we're going to see over the next 4 years is that grow to 33%. So, and by far and away, more money will be spent across digital than it will on television and print. In fact, we expect that to start to happen either the half that we're in now, it's already happened in newspapers by surpassing newspapers, or certainly in calendar year 2013. This is the most presented slide in the world, and certainly in the world of media, and the smiles on your faces know that many of you have seen this. This was done by Morgan Stanley. This shows the green line, which is internet access from fixed PCs, and the yellow line is internet access from mobile devices. And I put this in here to show that the convergence point, and then look beyond the convergence, shows that on or around 2014, there'll be more access globally to the internet from mobile devices than there will from PCs. We think that's going to happen in Australia as well, and I'd like to just maybe challenge the speakers as you go through your presentations to give your take on how you think that's actually going to impact video consumption and online video consumption. How does mobile and that proliferation of devices change consumption?